It's pertinent because it's our tax dollars.
I have to ask the question, how many people can they sue?
But,
I mean, golly geez.
But here's what people have cautioned me. They said, look, not that many people fly airplanes, not that many people care. But they do care about this. They care about how our tax dollars are being used. They do care about a public entity that is going to be aggressive out there against other taxpayers. I think they care about that.
Going after private citizens.
I think people care. I think they do. So I'm going to probably keep talking about it until I guess I get delivered papers to shut up. I don't know. Can that happen? Can I?
Oh,
and of course, I'll have to talk to John that I get a cease and desist order. You're not allowed to talk anymore about how our public funds are being used at the airport. I don't know if that's going to happen.
They'll bring up some little bitty thing, some little technical thing.
As long as I've been on the radio, most of the people that have attacked me has been political. Most of it. I've never been attacked by a government entity. Whether it's the city, and believe me, I've bashed the city sometimes over policies and programs I don't like, or the county. And then sometimes the county supervisor will call me and say, Russ, but no one's I've never felt like they're going to pull away my mic. Politically, there's been Democrats that have written letters to the FCC to have me pulled off. They've written letters to stations to have me pulled off. And you know what the station does with those letters? They say, wow, they're listening. We'll be right back, live and local with Russ Clark, AM 560, KBLU.
The AM KBLU.
Wednesday morning, 6:40. 6 live and local with Russ Clark, AM 560, KBLU. Johnny Awesome's here.
Good morning.
As well as Mitch from the pilot guy.
The pilot guy.
Yeah. Hey, I just received a call from a concerned citizen that explained to me some meeting laws, and it brought something to my attention that I've checked out. But remember, I just said that they let us all leave so they could vote on whether or not to go after this website. Bring some action against this website. The caller just reminded me that in a meeting that they can't vote in an executive session, that they can discuss issues that are sensitive in an executive session, like salaries and things like that. But they can't vote in an executive session.
Well, now, I heard supposedly after the executive session, they came back out and they referred to what they discussed and decided unanimously to vote on something, but they didn't say what it was.
But they referred to. Did you go back in for the vote, or did they vote then? Do you know?
They voted unanimous to do something.
But they can't vote in executive session.
No. After executive session, when they came back out in public, there was a little.
But did they tell you they were coming back in public?
I wasn't there for that. I left once they went in executive session. We all went outside to talk about them.
Don't they have to?
Okay. Someone else that stayed longer said they came back out and they voted unanimous, but they didn't say exactly what for.
Well, if
they said, yeah, that little thing we talked about. Let's go ahead and vote. I move we vote, and they voted.
But they went to a public.
They did not say what it was, though.
They voted on.
This is what I was told.
They did a public vote without saying what they were voting on. On that thing we discussed in private, let's vote on it.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know the rules. I don't know. I don't know if that's.
I may be. This is secondhand information.
Yeah, I have no idea if that's. I don't know. Live and local, you're on there.
Morning, Russ.
Hey,
morning, Mitch.
Hey,
they voted on what was said in private. They go, we're going to vote on what we discussed back in the back room, and then they voted on it, and they unanimously voted for it.
But you don't even know what it was.
How can you vote on something if you don't put it in the record what you voted on?
So you were there for that?
I know somebody that was.
Oh, okay.
And I also got another little dig. Ron Rice, and I'll name him out by face name, said that it's a public vote to elect their board members in the meeting. It's not a public vote. It's a good old boy network. It always has been and always will be.
But it was.
Well, we get the people from the public. Well, obviously you're not getting them from jail sales. So, what's the logic of we're getting the people from the public? Well, everybody is the public.
Right. But and it's the board members that vote for new board members. But
yeah, so it's self-licking ice cream cone, like it always has been and it always will be.
Yeah. Well,
it's the good old boys network. They had another chance to elect a Hispanic woman yesterday. Bypassed her, recommended to vote for the white boys, the good old boy network.
Well,
exactly what they did again.
I think there were 12 people on the ballot, last night, and they did that.
Well,
they did that in public session.
Riggs stepped back yesterday morning, apparently, but there was still a Hispanic lady there on the list. I think she was in the room, but she was in the do not vote on this column list as they discussed.
Wow. Well, it's unfortunate, but you don't know whether they decided to vote to go after the website at all?
They said they voted on what was discussed in private. And so you don't even know in the minutes what they voted on.
So it just says they took a vote, and we're not telling you what we voted on, but it was unanimous.
So you tell me that's open meeting. That's
They can do that? I don't know.
open. God, I can't imagine how you can. That's like saying we're going to vote the president, but you guys don't get to vote. But we'll discuss in private. We'll just say we voted for this. We voted, and it's done.
So we don't really know if the Yuma County Airport is going to use tax dollars to sue people that.
Well, that's all they get is tax dollars. They get they get tax dollars plus the money they tax you for fuel. That's 22 cents a gallon.
Well, maybe I'll go over and talk to Craig Williams today and find out what they're going to do.
So you actually pay for your own suing if you buy fuel at the airport.
You know, I'm saddened by it, Paul. I want this thing to work out well. I want the airport authority to be happy with the pilots to be happy with the airport authority. I do. I want it all to be friendly. I want it.
It's just a self-licking ice cream cone, and that's all it's ever going to be. And we're not going to answer to anybody, and somebody ought to get the Attorney General to go over and see what goes on.
I'm going to be talking to him today. He's going to be in here at 7:30, buddy. Bye. Maybe I'll ask Tom Horn if he could help me. Think you will? No, he's not going to get involved in this. There's no way.
Not at all. You never know.
Happen.
You know, there's been a lot of twists and turns in this, Russ. There's been a lot of stuff that's came out that I would have never guessed. A year ago, when Millionaire came into town, and we were going through all that a year ago when Millionaire was being installed as the new FBO, if somebody would have said that guy's a convicted felon,
well,
I would have never. That would have never.
And again,
I would never conceive that they were getting in business.
Again, you and I have discussed this before off air, and my feeling on that is.
I understand. I'm just saying though that
look,
stuff has came out.
There's a lot of people that have done things that are wrong and different, whatever.
Absolutely.
And we should give them a pass because we're a Christian nation too, but we don't ignore the history, but we don't dwell on it. And I would not give someone an opportunity because they have a conviction in their past. I don't have one, by the way. I'm not saying that, but I know people that do. And at my own business, I've had people with ankle bracelets on at work that we work with. I went to the rehab thing the other day to be able to talk and converse with people that have had wrong turns in their life, and because I think people can be redeemed, I do. So I'm not going to be harsh on any of that. I don't care.
But I'm just talking about the surprises that came out, things you would have never thought.
Right. Live and local, you're on the air.